As you may know, Apple has started positioning AirPods as hearing aids, and a lot of people are already thinking, why would I spend thousands when this does the same thing? But here's what I'm starting to see in my clinic. People skipping real hearing treatment and ending up right back where they started, because this doesn't fail in an obvious way. It actually feels like it's working until you realize what's missing. The reason this is so confusing is because the messaging sounds very similar. You'll hear things like hearing assistance, personalized sound, hearing features, and it creates the impression that these are just another version of hearing aids, but they're not. And this is where I see people get into trouble, because when something is marketed as helping your hearing, most people assume it solves the same problem. But hearing loss isn't just about making things louder. It's about how sound is processed and delivered to your brain, and that's where the gap starts to show. And this is the part that most people don't realize. Apple didn't design these to replace hearing aids, but people are starting to use them that way. And that's where the misunderstanding happens. To be fair, Apple devices can be helpful in certain situations. They can amplify sound stream audio, adjust volume, even apply basic sound shaping. And for someone with very mild hearing difficulty or someone who just needs a temporary boost, that can feel helpful. And I do see patients who say, it helped a little, but here's the key. Helping a little is not the same as solving the problem, because what most people are struggling with is not things aren't loud enough, it's I can't understand what people are saying. And that's a completely different issue. This is where the distinction becomes important. Traditional hearing aids are designed to do something very specific. They are programmed based on your hearing test to amplify the exact frequencies you're missing. Not just more sound, but the right sound. Because in most cases of hearing loss, you're not missing everything equally. You're missing certain parts of speech, especially clarity. And if those parts aren't targeted precisely, you end up with a very common experience. Things sound louder, but not clear. And this is something I see constantly in my clinic. People come in and say, I can hear people talking, but I still can't follow the conversation. That's not a volume problem, that's a clarity problem. And once you understand that, you start to see why something that helps your hearing isn't always the same as something designed to treat hearing loss. Those are two very different goals. And that's exactly where general amplification devices, including Apple hearing features, start to fall short. But there's another piece of this that doesn't get talked about enough, and it's how these devices are actually meant to be used. Because Apple hearing features are really designed for specific controlled situations. Things like watching TV, listening to a conversation in a quiet room, or needing a temporary boost in a one-on-one setting. And in those situations, they can be helpful. But that's very different from what most people need hearing support for. Because most of the frustration I see in my clinic doesn't happen in quiet environments, it happens in restaurants, in group conversations, in background noise when people are moving around, and those are the exact situations where general amplification devices tend to struggle the most. There's also a practical side to this. These devices aren't really designed to be worn all day, moving in and out of different environments, handling constantly changing sound conditions. And that's what traditional hearing aids are built for. They're designed to sit comfortably, continuously adjust, and stay stable across different listening situations without you having to think about it. So when someone tries to use something like AirPods as a full-time solution, it often feels awkward, inconsistent, or just not sustainable. And that's usually the point where people realize this works in certain moments, but not in real life. And this is where people get stuck, because they're getting just enough improvement to keep using it, but not enough to actually solve the problem. This is probably the most important part of this entire conversation, because this is where people start to think, maybe nothing is going to work for me, when in reality, they've just been using the wrong tool. When sound is amplified broadly, without targeting the specific frequencies you need, your brain is still missing key information. So what happens is, you hear more sound overall, but speech remains unclear. And that creates frustration, because it feels like it should be working, but it's not. And this is exactly the pattern I'm starting to see more often. People try Apple hearing features, they get partial improvement, but not enough clarity. And instead of recognizing the limitation of the device, they start questioning whether hearing help will work at all. And this is where it's important to understand. This isn't a small gap in performance. It's a difference in what the device is actually designed to do. There are a few key areas where Apple devices cannot replace traditional hearing aids. The first is precision. Hearing aids are programmed to match your hearing loss very specifically. Apple devices are not. The second is real-time processing in complex environments. Background noise, multiple speakers, distance. These are the situations where hearing becomes most difficult and where advanced hearing aids are designed to adapt continuously. Apple devices are not built for that level of dynamic processing. And the third, and most overlooked, is fine-tuning over time. Hearing is not static, it changes. And successful hearing aid use often requires adjustments, recalibration, follow-up. That's not something most people can achieve on their own with a general device. And this is where I want to make something very clear. Because Apple actually does something extremely well when it comes to hearing. They've built their devices, phones, tablets, computers, to work directly with modern hearing aids. So instead of replacing hearing aids, they're designed to connect to them. In my clinic, this is something patients are often surprised by, because with many newer hearing aids, you can stream phone calls directly into your hearing aids, listen to music or videos without extra devices, adjust volume and settings right from your phone. And you don't have to take your hearing aids out to do it. You don't have to switch back and forth. Everything works together. And for a lot of people, that's a much better experience. Because instead of trying to replace a medical device, you're actually enhancing it. So this is where the misunderstanding comes in. Apple isn't really trying to replace hearing aids. They've built their ecosystem to support them. And when people use it that way, it works extremely well. Now, this doesn't mean Apple devices have no place. There are situations where they can be useful. If your hearing difficulty is very mild or occasional, or you're just looking for a temporary solution, they can provide some benefit. But this is where the decision matters. If your main problem is understanding speech, especially in conversations or background noise, that's usually a sign that you need more than general amplification. And that's where relying on something like AirPods can keep you stuck, instead of actually solving the problem. Because at a certain point, this stops being about the device and starts being about the decision you're making. Are you trying to make something easier, or are you trying to actually fix the problem? So the real question isn't, can Apple devices help? Because sometimes they can. The real question is, are they solving the right problem? Because if the issue is clarity, and your brain is missing parts of speech, then the solution has to be precise enough to address that. And that's where traditional hearing aids are fundamentally different. If you've been thinking about using Apple devices instead of traditional hearing aids, or you've already tried them and felt like something was still missing, you're not imagining it. There is a difference. And once you understand that difference, you stop trying to force a solution that was never designed to fully treat the problem in the first place. Because remember, the goal is not just to hear more sound.